Hello fans, thanks for tuning in on this episode. This one is somehow different since it's like a debate. Today we will see which project from both Decentraland and the Sandbox wins. Quickly before we start, we would like to let you know that video is not a piece of financial advice, and we are not financial advisors, so before investing any money, please do your research, assuming that you've been following metaverse projects over the previous month. Then, at that point, you know that the best two pioneers available are Decentraland and the Sandbox. There are many likenesses between the two projects and some essential contrasts. This video will help you to know a bit better about both projects. So let's get on it. Let's start with Decentraland. What is Decentraland? Decentraland is an entirely vivid 3D blockchain-based metaverse where players can buy plots of land and investigate the JAR virtual universe. Decentraland gives a broad scope of encounters for its players, including casinos, concerts, galleries, games, and considerably more. Decentraland has been open to general society since February 2020 and is the crypto business longest-running 3D metaverse project. Decentraland was initially made in 2015 by Argentinians Ari Malik and Esteban Ordano. At first, it was a pixelated square lattice that dispensed pixels to clients through a proof-of-work calculation. Decentraland later advanced into a 3D world. Decentraland is available to general society, and anybody can look at their metaverse by visiting their authority site and associating utilizing MetaMask. Ensure that your wallet is set on the Ethereum chain, and have some good times investigating. Moving on to the Sandbox. What exactly is the Sandbox? The Sandbox includes a 3D metaverse, permitting clients to purchase plots of land and adapt them. The Sandbox likewise offers a gamified experience incorporating missions, games, and difficulties to procure rewards. Dissimilar to Decentraland that has been live since February 2020, the Sandbox, as of late, dispatched its alpha on November 29th. We surveyed Sand's alpha launch and were intrigued with the perfection of the game and the general nature of the metaverse. Now, how do they work? On the Ethereum blockchain, both platforms have created virtual worlds. On the one hand, these realities mirror what individuals accomplish in the actual world, but on the other, they extend their influence beyond the physical world's limits. The Sandbox comprises 166,000 plots of land that can be gathered into domains, claimed by one individual, or regions possessed by at least two individuals. You can alter and adapt the land, lease or component play to procure games, and exchange things on the Sandbox Commercial Center. Its Commercial Center is positioned in the best 10 NFT projects by deals volume to ensure you know. Decentraland has 90,601 bundles of land, and they can be bought in the Decentraland Commercial Center with its local token Mana. These are gathered into individual packages, bequests, different bundles, locale, boxes with comparable topics, and squares, untradeable packages possessed by the local area. As in the Sandbox, you can change divides, adapt them as both lease and play to acquire games. The Decentraland Commercial Center is presently outside the main 10 NFT projects by deals volume. The team, Pixel, the team while behind Sandbox, has a lengthy history in the gaming business. They've developed some mobile and PC games and collaborate with some teams worldwide. Unlike the Decentraland founders, they are deeply committed to the initiative. Both founders have resigned from critical positions and now serve only as consultants. Even one of its co-founders has left and is not ready to start his own cryptocurrency game big time. The group behind Decentraland is the Decentraland Foundation, and they've as of late been conceded the position to make a guide. It appears that Decentraland is all the more a training task to the leading group since they're so missing from the further improvement of their metaverse. But who is backing them? Skybound Entertainment, the firm behind The Walking Dead show, Big Fan, a sports project, Ubisoft, and even Snoop Dogg have collaborated on the Sandbox. They were also recently funded by SoftBank, including some of the world's largest investment firms, with a $93 million capital round. Decentraland is upheld by more than 20 financial backers, as digital currency group, Coin Fund, Animoca Brands, and has joined forces with Samsung, Polygon, and surprisingly the South Korean government. Likewise, Grayscale has made a Decentraland entrust with more than 20 million Mana tokens secured. So where are they headed? After 4 decades of growth, the Sandbox metaverse is already in the beta phase, with an alpha launch scheduled for December 6th. It should have happened sooner, but the date was pushed back, most likely due to its merger with Polygon. They intend to carry the virtual world to its beginnings, cell phones, before the finish of 2022, and they're additionally contemplating dispatching it on consoles like Xbox and PlayStation. They need to have 5,000 games accessible before the finish of 2023, some of which have effectively gotten financing from the Sandbox Foundation. Like Decentraland's gambling club occupations, the Sandbox needs to make in-game positions where individuals can function as they would in the external world. Decentraland doesn't have a detailed guide set up, essentially not up to this point. It's greater local area driven. However, as of late, a proposition to designate it to the Decentraland Foundation has been endorsed, and will ideally before long see its delivery. Decentraland has been extending the NFT space with in-game craftsmanship displays where individuals can trade artistry and talk with specialists straightforwardly through voice visits. Likewise, Decentraland, as of late, collaborated with Sotheby's, perhaps the most outstanding salesperson on the planet. Numerous rewarding deals have happened inside these virtual exhibitions, similar to the offer of 914 Wonder Woman NFTs from previous DC comic craftsman Jose Delbo for $1.85 million. We also want to bring creators, brands, and celebrities into this space to drop and advertise NFTs. It should already be active by the beginning of 2022. It's additionally invigorating to bring up that there's a proposition to make Decentraland interoperable with, without a doubt, 4 other metaverse universes. Even though there's no critical date to begin this mix, it will be a distinct advantage to the entire metaverse environment whenever it's done. But are they eco-friendly? The Sandbox is turning out to be more eco-accommodating constantly. It means to lessen its carbon impression by close to 100% by buying carbon credits, establishing trees, and incorporating with Polygon, more energy proficient because of its evidence of stake framework. Decentraland has likewise collaborated with Polygon to decrease the high gas charges from utilizing the Ethereum blockchain. Presently, you nearly have no gas expenses when using Mana in Decentraland. Now let's talk price. The Sandbox has one of the most exchanged NFT commercial centers in space. Buys in the Sand token make it more critical. It also has an average-sized market cap, around $2.5 billion, making it more straightforward to continue moving through the positions. One more place of concern is that the organization and group intend to sell their Sand tokens in the following 3 to 5 years so that 100% of the tokens are held by the local area, which can fundamentally influence the cost of the pass. The Sandbox has an all-out supply of $3 billion, with around 900 million available for use today. They'll deliver 300 million Sand in December, which might conceivably drive the cost down. They don't consume their tokens and, on second thought, place them back into the biological system as awards to makers and marking pools. Decentraland has a lot bigger cap, at around $7.3 billion, making the cryptographic money harder to move upwards. The all-out supply of Mana was fixed at first at 2.8 billion. However, currently, 600 million have been scorched because of land barters. This makes it more important after some time, which will increase as more land packages are executed. Packages of land are scant just 90,601 units, and presently the least expensive bundle you can find is valued at around $10,000, a critical increment from March's typical cost of $5,800. This is hugely bullish if you were to ask me. Generally speaking, we've seen that the two activities have arrived at unequaled highs since Facebook's rebrand declaration. We ought to anticipate that they should continue to appreciate the transient given all the promotion around metaverse nowadays. The takeaway: more individuals are departing the actual world for the virtual world, and our lives are getting more digital by the day. These metaverse are capitalizing on this trend, and that both projects appear to be quite strong, with a promising future. Their teams have a lot of games proven to be able, and both projects have a lot of followers and build communities. All of this points to a bright future. The Sandbox and Decentraland have various methodologies regarding how they imagine their metaverse improvement. While the Sandbox is more unified and has a practical guide ahead, Decentraland is more scattered and dissected. The two methodologies are legitimate, and the truth will surface eventually, which is more viable over the long haul. Possibly I'm antiquated, yet I incline toward a solid spine that can set a good vision for what's to come. So for my situation, my wagers are placed on the Sandbox. But what about you? Would love to hear your opinions on it. If you guys liked this video, then please give it a big like and subscribe to our channel. We will see you guys on the next video. Until then, thank you for watching.